Jure took a hard spill about the 16-minute mark, came up holding that knee. What's the status?
That's a great question. Pretty scary question. Obviously, it was bad enough he couldn't go back into the game. We don't know exactly the severity. We know that it was more than, say, a bruise or whatever, of course, or he would have gone back in. We'll do all those tests and everything, and we'll know as soon as we can get all that back. But it's just devastating, and I mean, the games are incredibly important to many people, but sometimes the personal side of things is to me even more important. And I've watched a guy get an ACL in January of last year and work so unbelievably hard to get himself back to be able to play this year. So we've missed him for a year basically, and he gets himself back to play, tweaks it. Don't know what exactly that's going to mean, but it's just heartbreaking that we even have to have this conversation, honestly.
Having worked his way back into the lineup and being part of your rotation again, when he goes down tonight, even if it's just for tonight, where did his absence affect you the most?
Well, I think the easy way to do it is go look at, BF and AF, before Foster and after Foster during this season. We don't have that many returning players because we can't, and when you have a great returning player, you really need him. He's a great returning player, but we haven't had him for a year, and then he gets back and just look, you could just look every game that when he started playing, how much better we got, even though you could all tell that he was not back to being his total self. But there's no substitute for outstanding senior players. Are you kidding? I mean, there's none, and we don't have very many because we don't have very many scholarships. So we can't, we don't get that luxury right now. We haven't had that luxury for 3 years. The luxury of 8 or 9 or 10 guys coming back and they're experienced in your system. He's such a good leader and such a good winner, and he understands everything inside out, and he keeps everything organized on the court, and he's another coach on the floor. That's what old guys become. That's what good experienced players become, are coaches on the floor that are communicating the same things they've heard for years, for 3 or 4 years or whatever, to everybody. That's what you miss, let alone his ability to score, rebound, and defend and all those things. But he's invaluable to us.
Did Witness shoot around today with the food? Or what happened?
He was there. No, he was at shoot around.
Did he participate or not?
Not very much. No, he wasn't feeling very well. But how about that effort for a guy that didn't feel very well? I hope he doesn't feel very well a lot of days. Although he's been playing like that when he does feel well. He's been amazing. So I have a lot of respect. I mean, you talk about a guy that's become a player. Look at his numbers. He had 1 turnover again, 6 assists, and he's out there just battling his tail off, and couldn't be more proud of him.
What enabled them to come out and shoot really well in the second half?
They got those. Their guards they weren't like horse shots. They're shooting step back threes. They're shooting deep threes. Even the first half, look at some of the shots. They banked one. They hit a bomb from 28 feet guarded. The shot at the end of the half was really deep and contested, not incredibly well contested, but they hit tough shots. I mean, I don't care. They hit tough shots, and very impressed with them. They're very talented guards.
Will Douglas and C.J. White getting some extended minutes tonight. What did you think of how they did?
Pretty well. I guess I have to watch the film to always that. Sometimes you make a judgment, then you start watching, and you kind of change your mind. But I thought they did pretty well, but I'll know a lot more by morning on that.
Another impressive night for Jimmy. How does he stay so consistent?
He's just he's very confident, and the game has really, he's in a rhythm in the college game right now. He feels it, he sees it, and he's talented enough to do it. And that's just, you take another step, you know. I mean, you looked at him last year, he was a nice player, right? He was a good, nice, but he's so far beyond that. So I guess I'd just say his confidence, his awareness, his feel, he's slowed down. And he's just really an impressive guy.
For Ron Hunt's tech, did you see it, or is that just kind of a learning thing?
I didn't. It really upsets me when our guys get technicals. It's something that we really talk about. It really, you know, I don't think we should be doing that. I don't know what exactly. I'll find out a bit more about that. But, you know, I'm always upset about that, to be honest. I don't think that's what we're about. Never has been. I don't think it's good. But at the same time, sometimes it's maybe not all that, you know. There's ones that are well-deserved, and there's some that are maybe not quite as well-deserved. So I don't know. I'll find a little bit more. But I know he's emotional, you know, and he's a competitor. He is, and I, you know, sure appreciate his competitiveness, I can tell you, and his will to win.
Corey Davis came out of the locker room, hit his first 7 shots. How did that affect the flow of the game?
You know, it affected their first half, I can tell you that. He was, man, he and tough ones, you know, maybe 1 or 2 of them were, he got a pretty good open look, but a lot of them were just like, you know, we're there, and then he was the story of their first half, and you know, if they don't bank the one in at the end, and there was another really tough one. I felt like we did as poorly as we played offensively. We could have been down 4 or 5, whatever, and but we weren't. We were down, what, 10 or 11, 9 at the half. Yeah, it was 6. That's right, it was 6 when he hit the 3. And I felt like it could have been better than 6, which was very encouraging, given the fact that I just didn't feel like we'd even started really to feel anything. We were missing a lot of good shots, and we forced some shots too as well. We deserved some of the misses we got, but to play that out of rhythm, that poorly in terms of the ball going in the basket and still being right there, that is always encouraging to me. And unfortunately, we couldn't make that play out.
Is there anything they did specifically to take Jamal kind of out of his element tonight?
Just guarded the heck out of him, you know. I thought Davis really he did a heck of a job, and they were very aware. But I, you know, it wasn't like to me, it didn't look like some elaborate game plan, other than it was he took the challenge. He took a great challenge, and he really did a heck of a job. Jamal's a hard guy to guard. I give him credit, because he's not easy to guard, and he did force him into some 4 shots, you know, ones that kind of ill-advised and not timed up, and sometimes he could hit those too, but tonight, you know, the defensive side of things was better than the offensive side of things for us.
You guys got anything else? We have time for one more.
What kind of adjustments did Houston make to start making those 2-point shots and open lanes up in the second half?
Well, it was just that we were trying to get him off the, you know, run him off the line, and we got some guys out there for a long time. You know, maybe our depth is not, you know, losing Jure that's a big thing. So I thought we got a little bit tired, but we're also trying to extend. You know, they're hitting all those threes, and when you do that, you get vulnerable to some drives, and so that's certainly happened to us.